If you want to know how organic farming goes in Olea Essence, here is this beautiful donkey. He's a good friend of all of ours, and he eats the weeds here. There is no weed control. He's the weed control. And we will leave it for him to eat the whole plantation here. I mean the weeds. And the weeds are now very good, and it's good we didn't kill them because there's lots of microlife here, and they are taking care and pollinating the flowers that are now starting in the olive trees. Here it is. The donkey probably will run away when you see I'm coming close. Yeah, sure. Don't worry, buddy. I'm not going to touch you. And here are the flowers. Can you see those? In a short while, they're going to open, and then all the microlife, all the flies that are here in the weeds are going to come up and pollinate them. And then the guy here will eat all the weeds, and then his manure is going to be here and feed the trees. That's sustainable farming. Okay. Here, come up to me. This is a plantation that I received from a guy that deserted it about 5 years ago because he couldn't treat it and it costed too much. He didn't know what to do. So I started to fix it. It takes time. And I started by pruning and by irrigating and by doing all kinds of stuff. I don't spray. All the weeds here are mechanically taken away. No fertilizer, no nothing. Natural treatment. But what happens here is many things happen. For example, you see the leaves here, they are full with dust because of the people driving here. But when the rain will come in about a month, look what happens now when I clean it. Suddenly it looks good. But you see the olive, the leaves are going up. It looks like they're okay, they're happy. I opened, in the middle of the tree, I pruned so the sun can go inside. I prune the skirt so it doesn't go too low. And now look here. Look what it's giving this year. Look at those olives. See the olive trees? The whole plantation is starting to yield. It's going to take another year or two. So what you see here, you see olives. Their color is kind of white. That means that they started to ripe. First of all, they're green. Then they turn white, a little bit like this. Then they turn purple, and then they turn black. And then the black is also inside. And then you harvest if you want to wait. If you're not, you can harvest when it's green. But when it's green, you're going to have a little bit less oil, but more olives. When it's black, some olives already fell down, but it's going to be much more olive oil inside. So that's how it works. So if you see it, come over here. Now go into this tree. Go inside. Come here. And look up. You see now that it's all open. It looks like a glass of water, like a glass of wine. That means I opened it for the sun to come in. And now this sees sun, and it's going to take another year or two, and it's going to start yielding big time.
Culture develops as part of a landscape. Here, in the Golan Mountains and around the Sea of Galilee, where olive trees grow for centuries, the olive oil industry has always flourished. Many generations have learned to know and appreciate the beneficial qualities of olive oil as a nourishing food substance and a beautifying essence. This area attracted Smadar and Avner Talmon. They left their earlier lives behind and sought to be close to the land and the olive trees. They drew on the rich natural resources to create different lines of olive oil, possessing unique tastes and aromas. The unique virtues of the olive, well known throughout the area of the Sea of Galilee for thousands of years, has led them to conduct a scientific study exploring the use of olive oil as a natural cosmetic agent, safe for man and the environment. The production of high-quality olive oil is an art. The oil is only a small component of the olive itself. The olive is made of liquid called black water and from fleshy tissue called husk. In the olive oil industry, it is customary to dispose of the leftovers. This murky liquid gradually seeps into the ground but does not disintegrate and eventually harms the environment, especially drinking water and agricultural soil. The global effort to solve this problem has continued for years.
In the middle of olive oil production, pressing, when one of the hoses exploded and I tried to hold it in my hands and it spilled all over the floor. And this is olive residue, which is harmful to the environment. I was covered upside down with that olive residue, which is frightening. This is the material. This is olive residue. Imagine that I fell into that pile and I was upside down, filled with that.
In utilizing the olive oil's pressed residues, it became clear to Avner that the breakthrough was found.
To my surprise, I discovered that my skin is way better, cleaner, softer, nicer. The whole thing was, something like I've been doing some kind of a body therapy. And I started to ask myself, why are we throwing this thing in the last 4,000 years and what can I do with it?
Olea Essence has put a stop to burdening the environment with harmful olive residues and, by using an innovative biological procedure, succeeded in purifying olive black water.
I erected here a line of labs and wrote 2 patents developing the olive wash and exfoliate, which is an exfoliate soap made of the olive residue. A second patent on making from the olive water, the black water, which is terrible to the environment, biologically returned into olive vinegar. And from that vinegar, we're making general purpose cleaning products and all kind of materials for the cosmetic industry, for our industry. So we turned into an ecological superpower.
But development did not stop there. Today, Olea Essence produces cosmetic products made from pure olive oil that contains not even a drop of water. Thus, breakthrough technology and ancient traditions step hand in hand, breaking new ground and setting new records in the world of beauty and personal care. For the first time in history, the natural use of olives was completed without leaving behind harmful traces. Olea Essence products combine beauty, nature, and innovation. The dream that began 15 years ago has matured into groundbreaking scientific research and today constitutes a significant contribution to the environment, however, much more important to man. Olea Essence creates beauty for every one of us, our home, and our living environment.